I hope it's put in the paper.
It's not, but as a matter of fact, we're in auditions for the Great Light Fight next year.
Are you?
Yeah, we won the first audition. We got 2 more to go. And that's what I'm going to be taking a video of the buildings and people's reactions to these buildings so I can submit it to them.
Yeah.
Because I took a video and there was nobody there, so they didn't know how big these buildings are.
Oh.
So it's like a normal, yeah, I need a normal human being to be next to these that says,
that's right. So
you know, they
can
don't know how
see.
big I am. And if I say it's 6.5 feet tall, they says, well, you're a midget or you're just really tall. And I'm like, no, I'm not really
You should
tall.
get one of those big snow sticks.
Well,
Do you have
if
one
you thought,
someplace?
I can make one really quick.
I know, you can do it like in 30 seconds.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Oh,
I mean, you just stick it in someplace random
Yeah.
as part of a new display.
Well, thank you. Well, have you noticed I sewed that igloo? It took 6 months to sew. It took me also cost me $450 for a sewing machine.
Oh my goodness.
wow.
And I got sewed by that sewing machine a couple of times. And I needed a pliers to take the needle out of my thumb. So
dear.
I just sewed it once and I said never again. So
I'm sure
I got an
you-
expensive sewing machine to be inherited by my daughter when I leave.
She's already had it.
Well, she's used it more times than I did.
Oh.
Did she get sewed?
No, she knew what she was doing.
She's probably the one who tried to teach you, right?
Well, not after the fact. She knows I don't want to touch it.
So I'm scared now.
She's like, I told her she could have it.
I did what I came to do.
That's it.
I'm gonna say $450 for an igloo. That was the sewing machine.
Yeah, well, it was an expensive and very bloody sewing machine. I mean, igloo.
You can have it. You'll never forget my DNA. It's down deep into the recesses.
Well, I had to replace 3 panels because the blood wouldn't come out. So I had to re-sew them. That was a bad thing.
Blood's a rough thing.
And here's the bipolar spa for penguins and polar bears.
When you like
That's
polar
my
spa.
favorite one. I think the name is creative.
Well, you know what the reason for the bipolar spa is? I'm in this bipolar spa. Myself and my brother-in-law, Gus, and that's these 2 bears coming out of the pool. We went to Niagara Falls to an indoor water park on the Canadian side, and he put us on a flume. So I was in the back of the Donut 8, and they pushed us down the flume, and my brother-in-law wanted to putz around, and he flipped us. We got stuck, and I was drowning for 32 seconds of sucking in water.
Oh, 32 seconds.
Yeah, that's a lot because
Yeah.
I saw my whole life flash before my eyes, and that wasn't that long of a
My
life.
sister was on the front, and her husband's probably 100 pounds heavier than her, and he flipped it like that. But I don't think she was on it for 32 seconds. But he did something to her hand.
Well, I came out of the flume with bruised ribs and almost a concussion. My brother-in-law hurt his hand. We got stuck with the donut, the tube, in the tube. When we came out, they told us we broke the tube and that it would, and well, no, it closed the flume down for 3 days until they fixed it. Yeah, it was leaking. They said nobody over 250 was supposed to be on the flume. I says I was 280 when you let me on there. My brother-in-law and I together was 400 pounds plus. And they're like, well, we're Canadians. We didn't want to tell you no. And I was like, well, I'm not going on a flume no more.
Well, then they don't tell us. Just put a scale up there, and
Yeah.
if it goes red, you get
Where
off.
was this thing?
It was on
Where are you
on the Niagara Falls on the Canadian side.
Oh, okay.
It's like the Great Wolf Lodge
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
up here, but it was on the Canadian side,
Okay, cool.
which was pretty an interesting vacation, but never doing that again. The hot tub had us and a lot of Advils
Yeah.
for a while.
And driving home was a long drive.
Well, yeah. Well, we were down here, so it took us a while.
And my wife's Canadian.
Oh, cool.
Born in Hamilton, Ontario.
Oh,
She's American now.
that's a good thing.
Good roots.
All right.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Nikita, N-A-K?
Nikitas.
N-I, okay.
In the reindeer cabin. Starting to fog up.
Yeah, they fell over too. Little reindeer fell over.
He's a little tipsy.
Yeah.
He's chips.
It's the end of the night. He's tired.
Too much eggnog.
There. It's been a long week.
People can walk through, look in every building. And here's the training academy. Where there's classes on toy making, gift wrapping, choir practice. And Santa's training them on how to flight training, sleigh packing, taking off and landing procedures. And then there's a dunce in the corner. Merry Christmas, guys.